Salutations, Utopians. Thought I'd do a little bit of sparring session and get into this two NFL trades. Well, not trades, but transactions. I mean, two big names really just moved in the 11th hour on day three of the NFL free agency. Hollywood Brown, formerly of the Ravens and Cardinals, joins forces with the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. I'm ecstatic about this acquisition because I don't think people really understand that we haven't seen the best of Hollywood Brown. I think in 2021 week 3 he gave the Chiefs about north of 100 yards and a couple touchdowns, but in his tenure with the Ravens, they had schematic issues, as you all know, and they've gone through their fair share of coordinators. He left and went to the Cardinals only for Kyler Murray to run into a wall in terms of health complications, and that was a game of musical chairs. So and not to mention he's battled his own health issues. So he signs a 1-year, $11 million deal with the hopes of balling out with the Chiefs and then eventually trying to re-enter free agency going into next season after watching the Calvin Ridley payday. Now he's pushing a little bit close to 30 now, so it won't be as easy for him. But ultimately, at the end of the day, this is a guy who's definitely paid his dues, and I think it's this is where it all comes together for him in his career. You know, Brady didn't have the smoothest connection with Mike Williams. You know what I mean? It doesn't always click excellently the way it should. Then Baker Mayfield gets Mike Williams, and all of a sudden, things are clicking. Anthony Richardson's a better quarterback overall than Gardner Minshew, but Minshew had a better connection with Michael Pittman Jr. last year, to the point where people were saying Pittman might want to look elsewhere, and then the Indianapolis Colts offer him a bag he couldn't refuse. The other major one was the Keenan Allen decision. Obviously, the Rams are still in salary cap hell. They went ahead and tried to get up out of there with the moving of Keenan Allen, who I believe is a top 5 wide receiver when he's healthy in the NFL. Operative word, when healthy. So he gets sent to the Bears and gives Harbaugh and his regime a sense of salary cap relief that is greatly needed. Letting Mike Williams walk saved them $20 million. I haven't gotten the exact figures yet, but I'm sure it's something in similar ballpark with him. Also today, as I announced, thanks for all the support and views, YouTube, and all the subscribers and new people from the Explore tab that tuned in on the YouTube short video. Khalil, Mack, and Bosa both took a pay cut. So it appears the Chargers brought in Harbaugh, expect him to use his offensive expertise to develop and groom young talent, with Herbert obviously there, who's considered a top 5 quarterback. But they're going to let Harbaugh coach the offensive side, and they're keeping their defensive pieces as opposed in starting fresh in hopes that he'll find stars. Again, this is a very deep draft. Xavier Worthy had an amazing combine. I think the Chargers are for a franchise, an organization that has unlimited resources, and they're going to find what they need to find. So there's not too much to worry there with that. I do think it's very telling the Bears went and acquired Keenan Allen to pair with DJ Moore. Still haven't moved Justin Fields, right? And also, what I find very interesting is the fact that might actually rule out Marvin Harrison. So you haven't moved Justin Fields. You still got Justin Fields, and you just acquired in a trade a guy in Keenan Allen, so you don't necessarily have a need for Marvin Harrison Jr. What exactly is the brain trust in Chicago's game plan right now? Only they know, but I like it because They're keeping their options open. And that is the key when you're a general manager. Want for nothing so you can go for the best player available. And that's exactly what the Chicago Bears are doing this evening, acquiring a guy like Keenan Allen for a late round pick because they have the necessary draft capital due to the fact that Justin Fields is still on a rookie contract. They can absorb that salary cap hit gladly, and they get themselves a premier wide receiver right now who, when healthy, moves the needle as good as any name in the business. And so Dan Campbell might have not been far-fetched when he said, we don't know if we'll ever get here again, because Green Bay just picked up the 2022 rushing leader Josh Jacobs, and now the Chicago Bears go ahead and get themselves an elite top 5 wide receiver and one of the best dual threat running backs in the game in DeAndre Swift. The key thing with both of these guys are, can they stay healthy? But if so, the Chicago Bears have dramatically improved their chances. Going into the draft, they can go trenches, they can get wide receiver and go really crazy and turn into what the Vikings used to have with Chris Carter, Randy Moss, and Jake Reed. If they really want to, with Robert Smith at running back, they could really go crazy. Or a Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Oz Hakeem type greatest show on turf. Just they could end up becoming all-time great offense. Something Chicago hasn't really had in recent memory. And so the best thing is Ryan Poles is just keeping their options open. I really respect what this administration has done this offseason. This isn't the same old Bears. This isn't going to be a deprived season. They're doing everything in their power to get Chicago back on the map and back to respectable, because this is a very storied, rich franchise. All right, Utopians, I don't want to get long-winded. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try to do better next time. Global out.